really well. I only had 2 families that came, but we had other people from other classrooms that came, but I only had 2 in my room to do the presentation, so it didn't take the entire time. So I did ask if they had any questions, and we talked about some just random things in 2nd grade that they had questions about. And one parent asked if we needed snacks, and I said, yes, we do. We're running very low. I've been just kind of throwing stuff together. The kids in my class really like trail mixes and just hodgepodge snacks, so I'm glad that they're not picky. They really aren't. They pretty much like anything I put out. So they said they would send some snacks. They were going to be shopping soon. And I said, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start a new Lunch Bunch book club today with I will show you the book when I get it out because it's on my back counter. I've had it picked out since last week, but I just don't remember what it was. But it's an on grade level book, so I'll have kids that are just right at grade level. So I've had below grade level and I've had above grade level, but I haven't had an on grade level group before. So this will be the on grade level group. I try to mix it up each time to allow a bigger variety of students to experience the book club. That'll be fun today. It is like 7:20 and I'm partway to school already. And man, I was tired when I went to bed last night. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep on the couch watching TV with my husband. But that's kind of normal anymore. Like around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I start to just doze off. So I take like a little nap and then I'm good until about 10 and I go to bed. I have a Valentine escape ready to go for February, but I was thinking of adding some differentiation to it. So right now, I'm pretty sure I made triple digit addition without regrouping. So I was thinking I might add in double digit addition and double digit addition with regrouping. And that way it will be appropriate for more kids. And also I can differentiate it for the needs of my class. So if I have some students that still need a little practice with the regrouping, because I want this to be pretty independent, I can have, some kids doing double digit addition. They're struggling with that. I can have some students doing with regrouping, and then I can have some of them with the triple digit. And the way I would do that is I would just make the different levels different colors. So I could have like pink and bright pink and red, so it's Valentine-y. And then I'll just say, okay, your group is getting this color pink, and your group is getting this color pink, and your group is getting red. And then it'll work out. Because I always now make one set of activities for each group I'm going to have. That way they can work at their own pace. They don't have to wait for someone to bring the activity back and have to be finished with it first. So that's just a tip I have. I just learned by doing that it's more work at the beginning to prep it, but then when you've prepped it, you're done. Like, if you're going to use these again, I do suggest laminating just because they will hold up better, or putting it on cardstock at least, so that you're not having to do it again. Because who wants to print and cut all of that again? No way, Jose. That is why I make things so early, because it takes a while to get them together, and then you're ready to go. So I haven't even printed that one, but I have a January one too. That's a snowman escape, and we're going to be doing that the week after next. So I'll be sharing that with you, and if you are interested in that, I'll put it at my TpT Store and put the link for you. But I always like to try things out first, at least myself, if not with the class, before I put it in my store. So if there are any snafus or kinks or goofs, I will find them before it's posted, and then I don't have to go through all the having to fix it and then re-upload it. It's kind of a pain. So I'd rather have it right the first time so that nobody has any issues with it. So that's coming up very soon. I've already printed that, and it's already laminated, and I took it home Friday. That was actually what that stack of lamination was that was covering my tote when it was raining. So when I took it home over the weekend, I didn't cut it out, but I did cut the papers apart. So it's not 3 pages long anymore. It's a single stack of pages. So this weekend, I will be cutting everything out. Yay-hoo. Okay, I'm almost to school. It's about 7:30, and I'm going to get some things ready for next week. I've already got my math intervention time planned, and I found some activities for my lessons for my reading interventions for next week. We'll be working on long vowel digraphs and vowel teams. So I found some ways to practice those. So initially we'll talk about what those are, and then we'll do a practice with them. So we're only going to have 3 days of it next week, since Monday is Martin Luther King Day and the students do not have school. Teachers have a PD day where we will be working on, I believe, our writing pacing of some kind. We're going to be starting standards-based grading, so I think that's what we're going to be doing that day, because our standards-based grading committee is going to be meeting during our PLC time on Friday, so I won't be with my grade level. I'll be with that group, which one of the other teachers, one of my teamies on my grade level, is in that with me. So there's 2 of us on there, which is nice. And we can bounce ideas off each other. And also when we share with our team, we can help each other remember what was said and what we're doing. And kind of help each other out that way. So that is the plan. I always like to be far ahead if I can be, because then that gives me more time to prep. And then you don't feel like, and I don't come in on weekends ever to work on stuff, unless I just have to put something together for a transformation and I can't get it done any other time. But generally I try to do that while I'm already there. It's another dark and gloomy day. We are expecting snow/ice tomorrow night, I believe. So people are already talking about how they don't think we're going to have school on Friday. And I'm like, we'll just see what happens. All right, I'm almost at school now because I've been talking a lot. So I'm gonna go, and I won't get to see you at lunch because of Lunch Munch Book Club, but I can chat with you after school. My plan right now is to go to Target right after school and find some Valentine things. I have a couple things in mind that I want to purchase for a little transformation that I'm going to be doing end of next week, maybe on Friday, and we'll see how that goes. And then if I find some cool stuff, I will definitely share it with you. So I'll chat with you then. Good afternoon. It's just a little after 4 and I'm headed to Target. Yay, I haven't been for a while. So I'm kind of excited to go see what they have to see. I think I'm going to look for some Valentine things. And I know I want. I would like to get 1 or maybe 2 of the little cake plates that they have in the dollar spot, which they're not $1, they're like $3 or $5, for my ELA cafe for the dessert portion. I think that'll be really fun, and I can also use them for other stuff, so it's not like they're going to be not used for something else. Today was really good. The book club was so cute. So we're reading Horrible Harry and the Purple People, something or other like that. I took a picture of it, so I'll show you right here. So the book is really cute. The book only has like 5 or 6 chapters anyway, so we'll finish this one pretty quickly. Definitely we'll get done by the end of January, and then we can start a new one in February. And I'd like to find maybe a Valentine themed one, possibly, if I can. The kids enjoyed the story. After we would read a chapter, I would go and ask questions about the chapter, like, oh, so the gist of this book is Harry has said there are these purple people, and the kids are like, really, where? And he's like, they're there, under there, over there. So apparently only he can see them. And there are some incidents that happen where he kind of evokes or invokes the power of the purple people or something along those lines. And it kind of makes you think maybe they are real. So we don't really know what the deal is for sure right now. But none of us have ever heard of purple people, so we're all pretty skeptical in our room. So we'll see what happens when we finish chapter 3 and move on. But 2 things have happened already in the story that sure make it seem like purple people are real, because they seem to have some kind of powers about them. So we'll just have to keep reading and find out what the real deal is. Some of Harry's classmates are not convinced that the purple people exist either, and one of them is totally out to prove him wrong and kind of like a liar. So she's kind of angry about it even. So we even talked about when the words are in italics, what that means. And we talked about just different things in the book, what the author does to show different feelings. And I asked them what they thought was going to happen next. And one of the things that they talked about in the book was a lunch card had gone missing. And so they were looking for it. And apparently they have a fish tank in their classroom. And in the fish tank is a black molly and an algae eater. And I said, guys, have you ever seen a black molly or an algae eater? And they're like, no. And one girl goes, I've never seen an algae eater, but I know they eat the algae. And I said, yes, they do. I said, tell you what, when we finish this chapter, let me pop onto Google and we'll look it up, and so I can show you what they look like. So I did that. I got on there and I showed them what a black molly looks like. And I said, when I was explaining it to them, I said, it kind of looks like a goldfish, but it's black instead. It's kind of the same shape as a goldfish with the pretty fins, like the fancy goldfish. Because I had fish a long time ago before I was able to have furry pets. I could have fish, so I had fish. I had angelfish and all kinds of stuff. I like lots of tropical fish. But I don't think I ever heard I may have had mollies at one point. I don't know. Anyway, I did have a plecostomus, which is a type of algae eater. So I found a whole bunch of different types of algae eaters that they could look at, and I said, see that one right there? And it had its little face against the glass of the aquarium, and you could see it going. I said, those like are sucker fish. They suck the stuff right off of there. And they're like, oh yeah, we've seen those. I said, yeah, if you went to Petco, you could totally see both of these kind of fish because they have them all the time. And they're like, okay, cool. So they thought that was really neat. I'm like, I'm glad I could find that for you really fast. So that was fun. Kind of made things a little more real to them, and they got a little bit of information that they didn't have before. So that was cool. I think they had a really good time, and they're looking forward to next time. I said, you are welcome to read the rest of the book if you'd like to for next time, or you can wait and be surprised. That's okay too. Well, the little girl that's in my class said, I'm just gonna wait till next week. I said, me too, because I want to be surprised. I'm really excited to find out what happens next, but I don't want to read ahead. I want to find out at the same time you guys do. And so she's like, yeah, me too. I'm not gonna read it either. I was like, okay. I said, but you guys are welcome to if you want to. And I'm pretty sure there's an AR quiz to go with this. And this book is on their level too, so they are able to take a quiz on it if they want to. So I will try to find the quiz number for it as well. But they were a cute little group. This afternoon, I was able to pull each student and have them work on what reading goal they would like to achieve and what math goal they would like to achieve. So I said, what is something that you would like to be able to do better in reading, and what is something you would like to be able to do better in math? And they got to each tell me one of those, and we actually sent those home to the parents today as part of our monthly communication with them. So that was cool, and they got to color a graph that showed their progress in iReady. So that was all student done. And I learned how to scan things on the printer outside my room, the copier/printer. So that was cool. I taught myself a new skill, and I was able to have went to the wrong aisle. I was able to have the copier thing email it to me, and that was cool. And then we have a special file that we put it in, and then we have it. So really cool. I'm happy to say that I am at Target in the parking lot. Hey. All right, so I'm gonna hop in there and see what kind of cool Valentine things there are. I want to try to find a couple of accent things to put on my hot cocoa bar. The one that I have now, I'll put a picture of right here. So you can see that I have it set up for like winter. It's just kind of snowman-y right now. So I want to get a little more Valentine-y themed stuff for February. So I want to find like a heart garland or something to put across somewhere. Maybe a heart tablecloth or some kind of Valentine-y tablecloth. Or maybe, I was thinking maybe like a red and white check or a buffalo plaid that would kind of be more winter themed. I wouldn't have to change it out so often. That'd be cool. So we'll see what there is to see. So I'll be back in a little bit. Hello, it's 5:21 and I'm headed out of Target. I found some really cute stuff. I did not find a tablecloth, so I may end up going and getting something from Amazon for my cocoa table, possibly. We'll see. I know they have some buffalo plaid tablecloths that were really cute, or like I said, I might get a checked one. I don't know, we shall see. But I got some other things that'll be really cute. I was able to get the cake stands for my ELA cafe to put my dessert books on. Those are gonna be cute. And they're metals. The kids, if they knock them down, it's not gonna hurt them. And I got a cute little kitchen towel that was for Valentine's, and I got a little apron that has hearts on it for Valentine's. And I may wear that. I don't know. They had toilet paper, of all things. If you bought 3 of them, 3 packs of them, big packs, you got a $10 gift card. And I went, do I want to do that? Yeah, that's okay. It's not going to go bad. I will get the toilet paper. So I did that. So I have a $10 gift card. Yay. They had the grapefruit soap that I love, the Method hand soap, the foaming kind, in the refillable like packets or pouches or whatever, so you can just pour it into a pump bottle. They had that back. They haven't had that forever. The last time I got some was when I visited Caitlin in Kansas, like back in September, and I'm out of it now. So then I started using my Bath and Body Works soap, but then I tend to go to that grapefruit soap later. So I'll hold that back. So I got some of that. Really exciting stuff. Oh, what else did I find that was so cool? I got some Valentine pencils for my kids for the pencil challenge. And I didn't get any candy or anything like that because it'll still be there. And I don't need that to sit around and taunt me. So I will wait on things like that. Didn't really find any Valentines that I wanted to get. I haven't figured out what I want to do for my class for Valentine's Day. I've got time to think about it. So I'm just going to mull some ideas over in my head. I'm trying to think, what else did I get? I don't know. I got just random stuff. I found some little jars from my hot cocoa bar. I do have a couple of jars that I got from the dollar spot before, and I don't think I got the ones that I got today. I think they were different. So those will be cool. I found some cute little clear coffee cups, coffee mugs that are Valentine themed. So I thought those would be cute from my hot cocoa bar. I don't know. I'll have to just show you what I got. Exit here so I don't miss my turn. This is where I would hook up if I was coming from school. I'd be coming straight through here. I ran into a teacher that I worked with when I was in first grade. I mean, she's still in the building, but I never see her. She's the reading specialist for first grade, and I used to just be down the hall from her, and now I'm way upstairs and I like hardly ever see her. But we worked together for many years. Our girls were in the same grade in school, so they grew up together, and they graduated last year and they're all out on their own now. So we were kind of talking about that and how things are different. She's talking about downsizing her home. So she was looking for some little homey touches to put in her house to freshen it up a little bit for when it's shown to people. Oh, something I found that was really cool, and I know I talked about this last week. I told you I'd gotten some wooden play sets, wooden food sets for my students for the brain bins on clearance after Christmas for like 50 or 70% off, I'm not sure which, and they love them. Well, I knew that I had seen on Instagram that some people had found some other ones that they put out since then. And I thought, yeah, I'll wait till they're on clearance and stuff. Well, I found them today, and they're $5 a set. But I'm thinking they're not going to have any left when it's clearance time because there weren't a ton of them there now, and they were really cute. So there's a pasta set. There's like little wooden raviolis. I mean, so cute. So there's a pasta set, there was a pizza that was cut into, I think, 8 pieces, and their little server. That'll be cool. We can also use it for fractions if you want to. There was a cinnamon roll set and a pancake breakfast set with like little pieces of bacon and little pancakes and flippers. I went, oh, my kids would love those. So I'll wait a little bit and then I'll put those out later to kind of freshen up the brain bins. Because, you know, they love their old standbys. Like, they love to build with the building bricks that I've gotten from Target. The oodles and oodles of packages I bought that I've added to those. They like the lacing things that I got. They like the little connectable little brain flake type things that I had gotten at the beginning of the year that I just put out. They like the link things. They really, really like foam building blocks, though. The kind I got from Walmart that there are like cylinders and different shapes, and some of the different shapes have holes in them so you can put cylinders through them. Kids are forever making hammers with those and hammering things. I'm like, be gentle, we don't want to hurt them. So they're pretty good with them, but they love that. And you know, if they fall over, it doesn't make a noise and it doesn't hurt anything. And if it falls on a kid, or if a kid picks one up and drops it on somebody, it doesn't hurt them either. So they're the perfect thing. So that's why I have 2 sets of those in those fabric laundry hamper things that I got from Five Below. They love those things. Once I put them in the fabric hampers, it was all over. They were like, mine, mine. So I had to get another set of them because they were so popular. That's always something that gets played with every morning. So yeah, they're loving their brain bin time. And this morning when they came into my classroom, I said, okay, well today you can always read for AR if you want to during this time, which honestly would be kind of difficult because it's a little bit loud in there. It's kind of hard to concentrate. So nobody does that, but I just want to tell them that that's a possibility if they want to. And I would send, if there's just 1 or 2, I'd send them out to the hallway so they can read. But I also said, hey, if you want to, you can also finish your little birthday cake for Martin Luther King. And then one of my students came up and said, do we have to do that? Can we still, I think he said, can we still play? And I said, you can always do the brain bins, honey. You never have to do the other stuff. I'm giving you choices. Because some of the girls had come in and said, can we work on our cake from yesterday? And I said, well, sure. Because these particular students really enjoy coloring. And so that was a big part of making their cake, was coloring the icing on it and stuff, and coloring the individual biography book pages. So I was like, yeah, you can work on that if you want to, sure. It's kind of free time. It's like social time. It's social time for them. It's really the only time of the day, besides recess, that they can just talk to people. And really at recess, most of them are running around doing things, so they're not really talking to each other anyway. So really this is the only time of the day where they can just sit down and do a quiet activity that's kind of creative and no electronics time, no screen time. And they can just chat with each other and talk about things. And so I think it's really brought our class together more as a family because they get to spend time with each other. They're not constantly being told, shh, it's quiet work time, blah, blah, blah. You know, get to work, get to work, get to work. You know, they're not having to produce anything during that time. So they have been given bonding time. That's what it's been. It's been really great to strengthen friendships. So I really like it. And they don't always do things with the same friends, but they tend to gravitate toward the same people every day, which is okay. I kind of watch them and make sure that no one's left out. And if someone's like, oh, we like to play with, I said, well, what looks good to you? What looks interesting? What do you want to do? And then ask, just go over there and see if you can join them. All right, it's getting very dark, as you can see, because I'm starting to fade into the background. I'm almost home, getting close to my exit, so I'm going to go. Just have some stuff to bring in, and then I can get my comfy PJs and feed my babies and relax. I have my power hour interventions, that's math interventions time, all planned for next week. I have my reading interventions all planned for next week, and I know what I'm doing for math. I know what I'm going to do for social studies, and I know what I'm going to do for writing and reading. So I just need to put all that in the lesson plans. Like, it's all up here. It's all up here. Got it up in my brain. Just need to put it on the paper. I am going to go because I'm getting close to home, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Thursday. As you can see, it's really dark outside. It's 5 till 7, and I am zooming across town to pick up a friend to give her a ride to school today. She's leaving her car at the repair shop, and then they have a service where they will drop it off at the school for her at the end of the day when it's done. So she'll have a ride back, which is awesome. Otherwise, I could bring her back too. But I'm going to pick her up. We're going to head off to school and have a great day. The weather is not looking like it's going to be real pleasant tomorrow, so they're forecasting snow, wintry mix, ice, rain, and highs in the 30s. So we'll see what happens. I may not have school tomorrow. I may have school tomorrow. I don't know yet. We'll just see. We'll roll with it, whatever it is. So in case we don't have school, I'm going to make sure that I have everything ready for next week today before I leave. So one really amazing thing happened. Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn on my defroster. A really amazing thing happened. We got an email last night saying that we don't have a meeting today during our plan time, which was like, yes! Now, unfortunately, one of the reasons is because one of the people that was going to lead the meeting has a sick child. I do not wish that on anyone. I am happy that I do have my plan time today, especially since we may not have school tomorrow. That will give me time to prepare things for next week. So I already have everything planned. I just don't have everything copied. So I need to make copies and do all that kind of stuff, at least for the first few days of next week, so I'm ready. I do have my math intervention things ready to go and my reading intervention things ready to go. So those are all prepared. And I also have the math intervention things prepared for the 2 other paras that are in the group of 5 of us teaching the same skills. So that's good. I was thinking ahead on that because I want to always have things a little ahead so I have plenty of time to get things together. It is like 30 degrees right now. It's cold. Might not even be quite 30 degrees. It's really cold out. I don't have my coat on because I hate driving with my coat on. But my silly windows are all fogged over, making it very hard to see. So hopefully we can get that defrosted soon. Get it off my windshield so I can see better. Alright, I will be at the car place very soon to pick up my friend. We were first E teammates for 10 years. And actually, we came from this school in this town together. She taught there for a long, long time, and I did 2 years of full-time substituting. I student taught and did summer school here, taught summer school. My daughter went to kindergarten, first grade here, and had my friend as her first grade teacher and her Jumpstart kindergarten teacher. So this is the lady that started my daughter off on the right foot in school with Jumpstart kindergarten before school started that summer. That was exciting. So I was her room mom for Jumpstart kindergarten. They didn't really have them in the summer, but I just told her, you know, I can help you. I don't have anything going on. I'm not working. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And in first grade, same thing. I helped her with things. That's when I was right in the middle of finishing my teaching certification, but I was still able to full-time substitute teach and also pop in and help with parties and other things that she needed help with. So that was really cool. Okay, I gotta pay attention so I don't miss a turn. And like I said, my window is fogged over, my windshield, and it's hard to see. That's why I'm crouching down and look like a goofball. But it's hard to see where I'm going. So I am going to turn very soon. It's right up here. There it is. Find the entrance to the place. There it is. Okay, I can see now a little bit. I see her car. Go over there and pick her up because it is very cold. And I will try to catch back up with you later and let you know how the day unfolds. Good afternoon. My students are at lunch. I just heated up my lunch. I'm having chicken and broccoli Alfredo. And we've done a lot today. So we did cursive Q, and I can show you what that looks like in just a minute. And we read a book about Martin Luther King Jr. and picked out some interesting facts about him, and then talked about any kind of text features that were in that book, which just, there were the headings. That was the only text feature we could find was a heading. So we talked about what that is, but we also talked about some vocabulary in the book. So we talked about what a boycott is, what a protest is, and what equality is, and what a legacy is. So that was really good. And we also referred back to the book that we read on Monday about him and talked about the similarities. Then we did cursive Q. That was just recently, right before lunch. I let them work on their birthday cakes. A lot of them are done. I'll show you those in just a second. And for math, we did learning how to regroup double-digit subtraction problems. Okay, here's one of the books. Martin Luther King. Let's cover up the name a little bit. It's gonna look like that. Oh, unfinished sticker got there. One of my students made a little sticky note that said unfinished, so there was a pile for that. But it looked like that, and it's got a little mini biography stuck to it. Those will replace the 2020 Flippy books that we did last week. So here's mine. Just my example book there. I actually did that years ago, and I've saved it. Because why remake it every year? That's silly. Okay, here's Cursive Q in all of its glory. So now they have learned A, D, G, and Q. We just did G yesterday, and I really pointed out the fact that the biggest difference between the two is that the loop goes the other direction, and there's a tiny tail on the Q that wasn't on the, what did I just say? Oh, G. Oh my gosh, my brain is fried. We're expecting some really stinky weather to come through in the wee morning hours of tomorrow. So we're all kind of, I think people are taking bets on whether we'll have school or not. So I'm getting all my stuff together before I leave. I've got everything ready for reading intervention and math intervention next week. I haven't made my lesson plans. I'll just do that at home. And we're going to be learning about penguins next week, so more informational things. We'll be wearing different colors for Rainbow Week to celebrate diversity in the world. What else? More cursive and more AR and more iReady. Yeah, and then Friday I'm planning to do my ELA Cafe, which is like a book tasting. And so I've got a whole box of books printed out for that, which they're right here. You can see those in there. I found a whole bunch of Reading A to Z books that had the genres that I wanted, and then I've got a copy of them over here because I want the originals so I can make copies again later if I need to. But the originals are here, and I had my cadet teacher start folding them before she had to leave to go back to school. So that was good. I'm going to take the rest of them home and fold them up and staple them and get them ready for my things on Friday. Oh, I want to show you a couple things I found at Target last night. They're so cool. So these are the cake stands I was talking about. Oh, okay, I gotta tell you. Oh no, I'm hooked. My kimono that I'm wearing has really long, deep sleeve holes. You see that? And I'm getting hooked to everything today, so I have to be really careful not to rip this apart. But on my chair arms, I keep getting hooked. On the door handle over here, because it's one of those that you push down. It's not a doorknob, it's a handle. I'm getting hooked on that. When I was in the car, I had to pull this way up so I didn't sit on the sleeve. It's been a deal. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the cake stand. It's just white. They had pink ones too. But since I'm going to do like a picnic-y kind of a theme, I wanted white, and then I'll go with everything. But these are metal, if you can kind of hear that. So I've got 2 of these for our dessert books. And then I found some really cute kitchen things. So here's a towel and a hot mat or a pot holder, which actually those are going to go home. It's not for the ELA Cafe. I have an apron. I might wear that for that though. That'd be really cute. So I'll leave that here. And whoop. Okay, so 2 cake stands, and then I found these in the dollar spot. These were, I want to say $3. Yeah, for 4 of them, chalkboard easels. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use these for that or something else, but I could write the genres on these and put them around. So look at what they look like. Isn't that cute? So I got 2 of those. I got some cute little Valentine pencils for the kiddos. I'm hooked again. And also I found this really cute snowball thing that I could hang on one of my garment racks, which are back there. Can you see them in the back there? Yeah, I can hang from that, and then I can go anywhere in the room. And then they had regular snowballs, and then they had sparkly ones. Can you see the sparkles? So I'm like, yeah, I get some sparkly ones. Okay, and there's something else. Where are they? Oh, the wooden sets that I talked about. So here's the pancake and breakfast set. How cute. Like I said, I don't think these are gonna last. Pizza. Stinking cute. Cinnamon rolls. And pasta. Look at those cute little raviolis. How cute. And some farfalle. So cute. All right, so yeah, I got those to pull out later, probably in the spring, because they just got some new ones when they came back. Oh my gosh, I got hooked again. They got some new ones earlier, so I'll save those back. I might put like 2 out and then put 2 out later too, so to stretch them out. I have my whole stack of Scholastic News for February that I need to go through and pull them apart. Oh, she already did. I just need to paper clip them. Oh, she's amazing. So we've kind of been taking turns who separates everything out for everybody, because our Scholastic News comes in a big glob and we have to separate it out for the 7 classes. And she has a student teacher, so they're already separated out individually instead of having a glob of like 5 in a stack. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. All right, I think that's all that I brought in. I do believe so. I got some things that I took inside the house as well. All right, I cannot wait to show you what I got for Caitlin for her birthday. Her birthday is Saturday. She'll be 19. But she's been wanting something for a while, and I will show you after. No, I can show you. Well, it's in the box right now. I can't open it. But I will show you a picture of it, like right here. Isn't that so pretty? I want one too. So we'll see how she likes it, and maybe I can get one for Mother's Day. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna snarf down a little bit of lunch, go use the restroom, and get ready for the rest of the day, because we have an assembly at 1:30 today. So I already had my students pack. They're all packed up, ready to go. We'll come back in, we'll do rest and read. I think we'll have recess, because our recess is over at 1:10, and the assembly isn't till, what did I say? 1:30? Yeah, 1:30. So we should be able to do recess, and then use the restroom, get drinks real fast like we always do, and then be ready for the assembly for them to seat us in the bleachers. So it's the Wizards, which are like Harlem Globetrotters. So you know that assembly is going to be off the chain. So exciting and fun. Last year was really, really crazy fun. So the kids will really like that. When we come back, I think it's going to go over into our reading intervention time. So then we'll probably just stay in our classrooms and do things with our individual students, because depending on when it's over, we're playing it by ear. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, I'm gonna go for now, and I'll try to catch back up with you at the end of the day. Good afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock, and I'm headed home. I stayed a little bit so that I could get some things arranged for next week, copied and planned and things like that, just so I'm ready for at least the beginning of the week, because our local weather is predicting nasty stuff coming like 3 a.m. and also my weather app on my phone says the same thing. So I'm prepared either way. Of course, everything's ready for tomorrow anyway, but then I've got things ready for next week as well. Now, students don't have school Monday because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but teachers are supposed to have a PD, so we wouldn't have to worry about students anyway on Monday. So we were going to have a 4-day week next week, no matter what. But it's, I guess, possible we could have a 4-day week this week too, if we're off tomorrow. So goofy me was thinking 1 week too far ahead for my Rooted in Reading, because I forgot that I was going to do penguins next week, and I jumped to snowmen. I was like, darn it, and I'd already printed everything. I'm like, well, that's okay. I'll just put it in my drawer for that book, and I'll be ready for the next week. A biggie. So I've got everything prepared for my Snow Day book by Lester Laminack. That's going to be the week after next, because next week we're going to be working on penguins and doing a penguin report for nonfiction or informational writing. So that's not going to be a Rooted in Reading lesson. I totally forgot. I'm so used to doing my Rooted in Reading lessons that I forgot about penguins. So I have lots and lots of penguin things. I pulled my nonfiction penguin books, and I've got one of them on the tray of my big board so that it's ready for next week. I don't have my lesson plans printed out because I didn't have myself that far ahead, but that's okay. I know what I'm doing, and I got some things prepared, like I said, at least for the beginning of the week. So it's all good, whatever happens. I'm like Pete the cat. It's all good. Yep. Caitlin is coming home tonight. I'm glad, because if the stuff does come super early in the morning, by the time she would be driving, it would be nasty, nasty, and I would say, don't come. It's yucky out. Wait till they've cleared the roads at least. But even then, our road would be gross. It would be like ice and snow and nasty. So it would be better for her to come tonight before anything hits. And then she's good. So that will be good. And I'm prepared for her birthday. I got her favorite cake mix. She loves strawberry. So she's had a strawberry cake of some sort every year for her birthday, except 1 year that she wanted a bakery cake. So she picked out one at the grocery store, and she never wanted one again because they're just not as good as homemade, I mean, honestly. So every year after that, she requested the strawberry cupcakes that she's had since she was 1. So that is our tradition, to make strawberry cupcakes for her birthday with yummy buttercream icing that I tend to pink. I got her some cute little gold foil cupcake wrappers, and I got her some gold plates, and I got her some gold polka dotted napkins, so they're a little fancy. So she'll have yummy birthday cake. A big chunk of my day, plan time and stuff, was spent getting copies made of my books for my ELA cafe, because I think that all of us in second grade are going to do it. So I'm so excited. So what I did was I printed one copy of each book in color on the color printer, and then I made another set of those, like a whole. I had them all paper clipped together by book, and then I just ran them through the copier in color. So I had a set that I could leave in my teacher box, and that way my other teenies could just pull the stack of books out of my teacher box and just run them through the copy machine and make them color as well. Since we're only doing one of each book, and it's about 20 books, I'd say it's basically like a class set, maybe a few more of books. And since we can use them again, I was fine with making one of each one for my class to use for this, because we can also use it just to read. And I am going to have them read some of them. So I chose books from different genres. There were no autobiographies that I could find, but I could just show them an example of one, but they know what a biography is now, and really an autobiography is just, a self-written biography, so it's not really a lot different anyway. So it's not a huge deal if we don't have an actual autobiography, I don't think. I tried to pick a few out of each genre so they could get a sampling or a taste. I'm going to organize them by genre, because they don't have to tell the genre of the book. They don't have to decide what it is. They just need to determine whether it's fiction or nonfiction, because that is one of our standards that they are supposed to be able to do. Look at the components of the book and be able to tell whether it's fiction or nonfiction, and tell why. How do they know that it is? So I switched up the menu that I had and made it more second grade friendly and fit our standards. I am very close to being home, so I will bid you adieu, and I may or I may not see you tomorrow, so we'll just have to see what happens. So this might be the end of the vlog, or it might not be the end of the vlog. Only time will tell. I will chat with you the next time that I'm out and about.